aggressive playstyle with understanding when and where they have to attack and when they have to retreat is just ever so amazing to see. We're not actually gonna be seeing anything like Piranha or anything of the sort. We're gonna be seeing a matchup that I really don't like. A lot of people tend to say that the Aegis, the Beyblades, are actually the Game & Watch killers.
Yeah, and I totally 100% agree with you on that, but I don't know how long it's gonna that last. Of course, Cloudy is forced to once again take a side B, and that's his fatal blow. As we already have seen from main stage itself, side B, using side B with Mythra is pretty much a commitment every single time, but not a commitment that you can win at rate for. It's actually something that's most likely gonna put in a danger zone that you're not gonna feel comfortable for. So that's exactly what right now Regi taking advantage of. It's a 50%, 67% on Regi's side, but it's still a whole stack of difference and a lot of pain that's coming on Cloudy's side because he's already on the verge of losing this game number 1.
It's very hard, especially because this is a matchup that people are supposed to know, that people are like, okay, you know what, this is the Game & Watch killer, and then you come up and you're supposed to like, yeah, this is my counter pick for Mr. Game & Watch, and then Mr. Game & Watch comes and just absolutely wrecks your playstyle and everything. You have one attack from Regi,
oh
and that tech is actually going to save him, give him the game. What an impressive 3-stock for the first game, Jesus Christ.
You know what, never mind, I gotta quit this job, man. Every single time that I try to come up with any kind of story that just compelling the audience, I try to tell him something different. I'm just trying to build this storyline that's gonna come out of the match, and then it just goes all the way sideways. You know, I expect everything except a 3-stock from Regi to Cloudy. I expected this to actually go all the way to last stock, last hit, or anything like that, and they just went overboard, out of what I already projected. So this is game number 2. You already got introduced to the actual Pain Lord that is Regi Shikimi coming all the way from Guadalajara, and once again we're going to Holo Bastion. I feel like we always go back and forth between the small battlefield and Holo Bastion. That's just the only 2 scenarios that players have been using, and I'm not exactly pleased, but at the same time I understand where they're coming from.
Naturally, I mean, this is a very good stage. A lot of people used to pick Smashville because the stage in the middle was, that platform in the middle was static, and that's something that a lot of players used to like. So then they turned hazards on, and then we're seeing that Smashville is constantly moving all those platforms left and right, and you can lose stocks very, very easy. That's a big no-no for a lot of players. So that's when they're determining to go to Holo Bastion. Here we go, trying again. Once again, Regi Shikimi trying to take out that stock as soon as possible, and we're seeing that it could work. No, Cloudy immediately with the retaliation with the tech right there, because he knows that if he doesn't do it, it's mortal. And I thought that up smash was intangible, but it's not intangible if you can't throw it out in time. And Regi Shikimi already losing his first stock. Cloudy doing a lot more work than the first game.
Yeah, the timing was actually off by a little bit, like a couple of frames, and as you can already tell, Pyra's down air is just so massive, almost as massive as Rob, and lasts so long, so of course you're in danger whenever she's just gonna throw that at you. As you can already tell, this is gonna be a different game from what we saw on game number 1. This is a Cloudy that Daniel has found himself on the verge of winning, and also has stood his ground. This is he's just trying to mess Regi on neutral interactions rather to just committing to anything that's just overextending himself, He's just trying to go for these 1-2 punches and get a little bit more of damage going before trying to commit to anything that's gonna put him in a hot spot.
And that's kind of strange, because you see Mr. Game & Watch in these type of percentages, you know that he's already in a very dangerous situation.
Yeah.
But you see that Cloudy's actually struggling quite a lot in order to seal out this stock, because yes, finally, the power of Pyra in flaming right there and taking that stock with just that simple jab, timed very well in order to avoid Regi from escaping. And could this be here? Could we be seeing a reverse 3-stock? Let's see if Regi actually has something to say, because both of these Titans and naturally want to have a say in this banter, because you really don't want to see them losing in the way that they did. We first saw Cloudy. Could it be the turn for Regi to lose his stock in this situation? We're going to be finding out, because this edge guard could mean it all. If not, okay, forward again.
Alright, as much as I wanted that for the storytelling, for the sake of storytelling that I want that reverse 3-stock, I feel that that's not gonna be the case. I feel like you already mentioned it way too early, and that's gonna be the curse for it. That's exactly what I was talking about. We're not gonna be seeing any 3-stock anywhere else within this set. But of course, that doesn't mean that it's not gonna be a JV3 or possibly a 2-stock. This is actually quite solid for Cloudy. He still racks up damage against Regi, and of course, Regi, even though he started up so well against Cloudy, that was the fact that Cloudy just had a really big disadvantage. The moment that you give Regi that very same disadvantage, then Regi just seems a little bit lost against what to do against, of course, Pyra and Mythra.
Yes, naturally. And you see, that's like the thing. You can't expect the same things whenever these players have the adaptability that is so characteristic from them. Right there, we see Cloudy being able to sneak in that down air after the string, after Regi overextends, and it's like, now you know what? This isn't your turn. This is mine now. And he actually takes that stock in a very nice 2-stock. We're seeing right now. Ooh, please give me Northern Cave. I am ever so dying to see all of these stages, man. I am dying to see all these stages. This is why Hazards On, ladies and gentlemen, is the future. And you can adapt or you can sync along with the past. Hazards On, ladies and gentlemen, is just ever so nice. And we're going to be seeing Regi against Pyra and Mythra, commanded by Cloudy in this case. And I'm loving this battle right now because Cloudy just immediately starts up and says, you know what, grab, let's get it.
Yeah, straight up going on Regi's face and already breaking a lot of damage. He actually had the right idea. Cloudy knew that Regi was gonna try to go for the roll-in. He was prepared for it, but sadly that was not the timing, or at least that was not the dash back that he needed. It's already 81%. Changing back to Pyra, I see that, well, we are currently in this sweet spot of percent that you try to get Game & Watch to the blast zone, like a direct pass to the blast zone. Try to use Pyra for that. But I feel like it's pretty much cliche the way that the currently Cloudy is using them. It's like, I'm gonna go for the damage with Mythra, I'm gonna go for the kill for the Pyra, and then I'm gonna switch back. That's just gonna be the game for Cloudy. And if Regi notices that, then most likely he's gonna have a chance to abuse that against Cloudy.
It's impressive to see exactly that type of adaptation. These players are notable for not having exactly that. Things that can be exploited, and whenever you see one of them come up, you would see that they immediately patch it out. They play towards their strengths, which is something that I just consider to be impressive and very, very artful. But in a way, we're seeing that right now, both of these players actually have a tail that they can be stepped on, and that's not normal at all. Like, who are these players, and why are they causing so much of a problem to others that they're actually exploiting a lot of weaknesses? I just find it so impressive. Like we're seeing right now, Regi trying to adapt and now finally being able to touch up the stock gap, but not the percentage gap as we're seeing right now. Do you think that Regi will be able to combo off of it right now? Here we go. Seeing that with the 2-2 going down once again. Gamer would be so proud of this Regi with the combo right now.
Alright, that is, yeah, it was actually quite well. I see that Cloudy knows what to do when he's already getting that kind of juggle coming from Regi. On the other hand, I feel like he's just not using the Aegis sword quite well whenever Regi just comes back, rushing back into the stage using that downer. Even though Cloudy has all the range to contest that Keyblade that Regi currently holds whenever he goes back into the stage, I feel like he's just not trying enough to contest that, and that's exactly what's going on right now. Sadly, Cloudy was not able to get a hold of it on the ground once again, and took a lot of damage for that. But this is Pyra that we're talking about, this is the legend that we're talking about, and sadly, that's not gonna be the situation that Cloudy was looking to take the stock. Oh, he just let loose of that shield and took the stock for it.
But immediately the retaliation, saying, you know what, no, I am not going to have it. And Regi immediately with the out smash once again closing out everything. And now this is a lot more closed up than one would normally expect. Now we're seeing that exactly that Cloudy didn't seem to like the fact that all his advantage went to waste with one momentum shift from Regi. And now we're seeing that, ooh, be careful right now because this combo could be ever so hefty. And now with the aerial gets baited. They're using the platform in order to slide off and sneak in another hitbox. And we're seeing it once again. This is a lot of percentage like you're mentioning, and Cloudy is just eating all of it up. One would say that they would understand, but no, this is going to be it for no. Regi,
what happened there, buddy? Oh my goodness, you hate to see that happen. You hate to see it as a caster, you hate to see it. As a player, you hate to see it. As a viewer, this is one of those heartbreaking moments that you just gotta shake up. You just gotta forget that they happen. And if you cannot forget that they happen, you just gotta try to focus on what's gonna happen afterwards. So currently we're facing a Regi. Espérate, se escucha todo. So currently we're facing a Regi that actually lost that stock in such an unfashionable way, such an uncharacteristic way. But of course, there's a lot more for him to offer. There's a lot more for him to actually recover from. There's still a best of 5, so he's not has lost this stage so far.
Nope, not at all, and we're going to be seeing it exactly right now. And once again, having a lot of problems starting up in the match, and we're seeing Regi within the advantage. It's something that you don't see very often. It's what we saw that Cloudy didn't like whenever he had the advantage. And be careful now. Ooh, doesn't punish it on this occasion, and that's strange because we saw that was the way that the first game opened. Now we're seeing the adaptation coming from Cloudy, or maybe it's the nervosism coming from Regi on this occasion. Now the percentage starts to close up. We're seeing Cloudy in a situation that really benefits him, especially after that back air hits in such a weird angle, and that's it. That's going to take out the stock.
And such a weird percent. I feel like that was actually quite early. You don't think that... most likely that was some kind of bad AI in the one that just killed him up top at that percent. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not a researcher on that matter, but of course I'm just going to try to put my coins on that because I feel like that was actually too early. And that shift in momentum was just enough to throw off Regi a little bit. As you can already tell, he's just taking and racking a lot of damage that was not that was not prepared for it. It was not budget to go this way, the way that this game number 3 started or began.
It's very hard, exactly like you're mentioning. It's very hard to adapt to those types of situations where the game isn't really inclining towards your favor. And that's something that can make or break, and sometimes the mentality of the Dragon Ball Z moment, and we're seeing them fly off the screen. Regi is actually the person that comes out as a victorious in this type of trade. And now be careful because, oh, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt once again. Am I feeling it? Could it be Diostradamos coming back again? Because I'm feeling a 9 coming up really sooner or later, ladies and gentlemen. But it's not something that could possibly happen because Regi doesn't really like lading everything. Why would you run into that, man? Why would you run into that completely charged up neutral beam? It's like running towards a fist that's coming straight for your face.
I don't know, man. Things happened, and oh my god, that was such a great opening. That was just a like opening. It was just perfect for anything to happen, and sadly, Regi was not up to the task at that exact same moment. I feel like, of course, he's shaking a little bit. He's just gonna shake that up. He still has 24% up against Cloudy. Well, on the losing side, of course, and it's not something that he cannot recover from. He already actually has evened it up. So it's all about his momentum and how he's just gonna try to cool down Cloudy a little bit, because I see that Cloudy's just all the way on his face and not letting him down. Give a rest a little bit.
Isn't that exactly what Pyra and Mythra do, though? So exactly. Cloudy is playing naturally how he has to play within the essence of his character. And that's impressive. We're seeing it right now, and finally with the Saito, that's going to be it. Yes, sir. With an impressive 3-1, Cloudy, regardless of losing the first game like he lost it with an impressive 3-0, ended up with an SD in regards to stocks. Now we're seeing he said, you know what? No, I really don't like this happening, and we're going to see it right now. Exactly why he was the one that was seated in a very, very good position. Exactly that. We're seeing the results of why he was seated right there. Right now, Regi, unfortunately, taking